Hey guys, welcome back to Tapin Podcast by TTBE. It is your girl Myesha Banks here dropping some more gems. We need to add that but anyway. so you know what's crazy? I am feeling like no one has emotional control over me anymore. Like at all. Like I'm just like non-reactive to anything that people are dealing with that decide to project on me. I have no feelings, right? And you might think to yourself, or you might think that you are cold now, or you're not the same way you used to be, but I think that you're actually growing. I think that when your reactions to negativity or your reactions to things that does not serve you, doesn't affect you anymore, you have become so powerful and so strong. And I think that I got to a point where there were a lot of people that had emotional control over me, and it wasn't to a point where it made me feel less of a person, but it did control my reactions, right? So it would be small things that would make me react. I'll get annoyed or irritated or just bothered, but no one has emotional control over me. I realized that I need to start telling people who I am, right? Like, do they know who you are? Do they, first of all, if you know who you are, then people will know who you are and they will know not to play with you. Because I'm at a place where people are not playing with me anymore. And that goes for everybody across the board. And if I could be transparent, that's friends, family, anybody that, had emotional control over me at one point no longer has that. And the reason why I had to work on that, this first quarter of the year is because I realized I was arguing with people or going back and forth or, just craving certain things or trying to change people or, just wanting them to be what I wanted them to be. But I realized that it was just coming from my emotional connection that I thought I had with people. But at this point, I'm standing in my power and I'm standing in who I am. And if someone has a problem with me or how I do things or, the version of who I'm becoming, then that's something that they have to deal with on their own behalf. Because I am proud of who I'm becoming, and you should be very proud of who you become. You should be proud that no one can move you out of alignment the way they used to. You should be proud that no one can frustrate you and irritate you the way they used to. You should be proud that people are not giving you attention when they feel like they want to give you attention or when it satisfies them. You should be proud that you have control of your time. You have control of who have access to you and who you're pouring into. Because most of the time, I'm a tapping with the friends. Most of the time, when you have certain type of friends, right, they'll reach out to you during their trauma, during their pain, and during their heartaches, right? But not one time in that friendship did that person ask you if you are okay. And I'm sure there's people out there that understand what I'm saying. Now let's tap into family. There were times that your family may have felt a certain way about who you are, what you do, or how you do it, or might feel a certain way how you are as a person. But at this point, you no longer care about what your family thinks because family sometimes is just a title. Right? Sometimes family members don't actually really get to know each other enough to understand who you are as a person and what your intentions are, right? So let's tap into this relationship thing as well. These relationships we're dealing with, whether it's male or female, you're dealing with people and you're learning how to deal with people that no longer takes your energy and no longer have you chasing them or pouring too much energy into them. Now you are pulling back. Now you are answering your phone when you decide to. Now you are answering the text message when you decide to. You are now realizing that you have full control of your emotional stability. And for a long time, you and I both realized that if I don't get control of my emotions, then I can't control my mind and then I can't control my feelings. And then that will lead me to react in a way that I might regret later. Did y'all hear what I said? So now you at a place where you realizing that if I put in energy into this one thing, if I put energy into this relationship, this friendship, or this family, I need to feel like it's worth it. I need to feel like, the love is genuine. We working together. I need to understand that if we are pouring into each other and we are, really really love each other, then it will make sense. But most of the time, if it don't make sense, that's when you lose your reaction. You are so unbothered and I'm so unbothered. I think we are just coming to a place where peace is now resonating with the spirits, right? Peace is now resonating with your heart, your soul, and your mind. Peace is now resonating in your whole entire energy and your surroundings. And sometimes you might feel like you're a little bit alone, but when you think about it, if you have nothing to think about, sometimes that is good. If you're not stressing about anything, that is good. If you're not having anxiety about anything, that is good. If you don't show up to that event, that is good, right? Like if you have control of what you're doing in your life now. And I'm proud of you for that, because it takes a long time to actually get to a place like this. It takes a lot of discipline to get to a place like this where I'm not even indulging and communicating about anything that you feel or you projected on me. I'm not really taking time out to entertain anything that does not hold value to my life or to me or to anything around me. And it might sound like it's a lot of me and it might sound a bit selfish, but Jesus Christ, sometimes in life you have to become a little bit selfish so that you can grow. You can have time to learn how to heal when something goes wrong. You have time to learn how to deal with certain type of people. If you don't become selfish just for a little portion of your life, sometimes you'll get lost in other people's worlds. And I've pulled myself out of people worlds. I pulled myself out of friend worlds. I pulled myself out of family worlds. I pulled myself out of relationship worlds. I pulled myself out of desiring all these things that did not serve me. I pulled myself out of things that I was chasing that did not serve me. I pulled myself out of things that, did not help me, that now is working for my good. I pulled myself away from people that only worried about themselves or worried about, what they can get from me or how they can, drain me. I pulled myself away from all of that. So you are in a place where you are pulling yourself back from things that are not serving you. You are pulling yourself back from things that was not designed for you, right? You're pulling yourself away from things that you don't have to fight with God anymore for you to understand that when he say it's not for you, it's not for you. Yes, that relationship might not be for you. Yes, that friendship might not be for you. Yes, that family member might not be for you. It's okay. Because all of these things that I have just explained are nothing but titles that can be replaced. And once you accept that mindset, once you understand that mindset, once you understand that perspective, everything in your life will look different. Everything through your lenses will be different. Okay? Everything. So make sure you tap in with yourself so that you can understand and know what's for you. What is exactly for you and how to emotionally sustain yourself so that your reactions is unbothered. Your reactions are not negative. Your reactions are silent. And that's how we gonna do this. We being silent for the rest of 2024. We just gonna let everybody act the fool. And we are just going to be still and silent. And I promise you, you're going to have so much more smiles, so much more joy, so much more happiness, because people will go crazy and project all this energy on you just to see if they still have emotional control over you. They will send you that random text message. They'll send you that random a call. They'll, argue with you just to see how you going to react. But nobody's getting no answers from me this year. Like for the rest of this year, I am silent. You better get somebody else to do it. But I love you guys. Thank you for tapping in with TTBE podcast. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you next episode. Because we silent. We silent, baby.